Hello, what's up? It's Silicity and you're watching HWY Behind the Records episode number 33. So this week we're gonna dive into the second half of the Road to Live set arc, and we're gonna explore more of the live performance features on the analog rhythm and also on the MPC. What we're gonna do this week is similar to like the past weeks. Basically, we're gonna create a kit and assign some samples to it and create a bass pattern. But instead of like structuring a song and like programming where the mutes are and where we unmute certain parts, we're gonna do this manually with unmuting like the tracks on the analog rhythm or like the MPC. The mixer is another thing we can use for like creating transitions or like build up energy. We have like both machines like directly routed to the mixer, and here I can like do the normal effects like echo, reverb, or like filter things out to create also like kind of a different vibe and have a little bit more like a track feeling. So before we take a look at the patterns on the analog rhythm and the MPC, we're quickly gonna dive into Ableton, and there's basically a big Ableton file that I've created with some new sample sounds. Those are some kick drums and also some basses and like a lot of other stuff we have done in the last couple of weeks, but just like a little bit extended, and let's just dive into that. Alright, here we have the Ableton file, and as you can see I've structured it into like different parts. Here we have like the kick drums, then we have like from the Moog Labyrinth some recorded samples, here from the Microfreak, here just some things with Serum, some vocals and percussions, the instruments that I had just like re-recorded, and some MPC plugins. And we just gotta start here with the first kick drum, and I've already soloed it out here because everything playing at once would be a little bit much. And this is like the kick drum I have recorded on the Syntakt, and like within this whole sample I also have like just the kick and also like just the rumble. So like I have different samples to play with, and just like I thought that would be nice. Then here it's basically just another kick drum, and then again here just like the kick. That's just basically all the same with like the different kick drums. So this is one I'm just gonna quickly go through them. Alright, as you could hear, like the kick drums sound all a little bit different, and I thought this is just a nice way to have like different vibes, and maybe also just like good kicks. And always like the kick drums that I create consist of the same parts. I have like the basic kick, a high transient, that's basically the two things that you hear here, and then also like just a rumble that can also be like a little bit with a bass. It can fight with a bass sometimes, but that's why I had all these different versions. And that's it about with the kick drums. Then here we have just like a Moog Labyrinth recording. Those are a little longer, so I have a little bit more variation. And basically the same. I just play it around a little bit with different sounds. Those are all just nice texture sounds you can add in. So basically I can loop everything in the background, distort it a little bit, or just like take some small parts and use it as percussions. And again, like just 12 different sounds to choose. Then here with the Microfreak, basically the same. Basically the idea was always the same, just to have like some samples to work with, And here, just a quick little thing, like I had here some MIDI notes, and basically I was just playing them onto like the microfreak, so I could just adjust the knobs, and if I liked something, I just like, yeah, recorded it in. All right, here we have some Serum basses, and here I have frozen the tracks with like the Serum presets, and I also won't go into much detail about the Serum presets. It's the same approach as like in a previous video, where I just, yeah, play around a little bit with the basic knobs that I know, and yeah, just see what sounds come out. And there's this new feature in Ableton, when you right click and you bounce it to a new track, you can just like, yeah, export all the audio. Yeah, that's also nice. So that's what I did here, to have like, instead of the MIDI notes, like, yeah, just the bass. And here I also like, yeah, played around with some, yeah, more higher basses. And here again some more sub basses. And here are just some other basses I have created, just like some, yeah, low rumbling basses. Alright, so next up we have here some vocals, and that's basically, yeah, just me recording in my own vocals. I'm not gonna play them because they feel kinda cringe, and I just talk like a lot of stuff, like just random, yeah, shit. Yeah, it is weird, but I think there are some gems and I can cut it up, or like can reverse it, and then it's like a nice ambient sound, and this just gives like a little bit more of like a, yeah, unique vibe. Maybe something I can show is here, like just, yeah, simple counting, that you have like your own version of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know, it's always cringe if you hear your own shit, especially if it's unprocessed. And yeah, here basically in the next section I again sampled some stuff, but this is like original recordings, or like original percussions. Here again is like the can opening. I mean, we already did this one, but I thought, okay, I can like have this here and have this all clean in one place, and yeah, that's why we recorded it. I also tried beatboxing, we're not gonna play that. Then here just some like keyboard clattering. This can be like a nice background texture. And yeah, clap and snaps. Then the iPhone vibration, I thought that's like a nice sound, because like you can play it and people, yeah, recognize it. Same here with the alarm, and yeah, the sounds are not so clean, but I think it's not so an issue, especially for like this techno sound, if it's a little bit more, let's, yeah, say gritty or whatever. Here, like, I recorded with my old MacBook, and my old MacBook always like, yeah, it's always dying if I do something, and then it's just like the ventilation. Yeah, that's what I recorded in here. And then again, just some clicks, hits, and yeah, stuff like that. This is another section. You see, I did a lot of stuff. Then I again just re-recorded in the bass. And then here again the guitar, then also some guitar chords. Those are all chords I know how to play. And then here the piano, and the good thing about the piano is it's like my old piano that I had when I was like, yeah, still in like primary school and all that stuff, like when I just played an instrument because, like, I don't know, you play an instrument at that age, I guess. And the good thing is, even though it's like kind of old, like 10, 15 years old, it already had like MIDI input and a lot of stuff like that. And yeah, basically I could just send the MIDI and then it played everything through cleanly. And then I just recorded the different modes it had. So let's listen in. these are just like different presets that were already on the piano. Jeez. Then basically the last thing I did was like I wanted to like search out some MPC plugins that sound nice, so I can like just pull them up. And yeah, the thing is basically I did this here and I like bounced the tracks like I did with the other things. Another thing I did regarding like the MPC and the plugins, like I always knew that at some point I have to go through all the plugins and see like, okay, which one do I like, which one do fit the vibe. And yeah, that's basically what I did. I went through the whole like Fabric library on the MPC. And yeah, just like every folder, like every sound, and like I just played some keys and yeah, like noted it if I liked the plugin. I basically like noted down about, yeah, I think like half of all the presets available in Fabric. But yeah, I thought it's better to have like more than less, and yeah, I can always like refine the list. And then I had like the idea that like this list I would like insert it in a new like ChatGPT chat and would be like, okay, those are the plugins that I like. They are divided and categorized in like different ways with like different sonics and like different ways that I use them. Like some are more like ambient background pads, others are more like lead sounds, others are basses and stuff like that. And I basically let it regroup everything, and now I can just like give an input. I want to do a new track or I want to jam, and yeah, give me like 5 or 7 plugins that I could use for like the vibe, and also give me some variations. And then I just have like a nice starting point. And also it gives me like the sound family, so I also get to know a little bit the sounds better. And already when I went through all the plugins, I started to understand a little bit more what is the naming of those sounds, what name or what like addition to it makes it sound like this and everything. So yeah, it was tedious work, but it was nice, and now I have some nice preset to get started with. And that's also the way I came up with the plugins that I'm gonna use in this second half of the arc on the MPC. Alright, I think that's all we need to know. In Ableton, I just created a huge file and created some samples. After that, I just like transferred it with the transfer app on the analog rhythm, so I have everything in one like folder. And then from there I built a basic kit, and yeah, this kit I'm gonna show you right now. Alright, let's dive into the analog rhythm, and here I just have a basic kit as always with some hits. And I also added the voices here, but I felt it was a little bit crowded, so I muted them, so we don't gonna use them. And I think like 8 classic percussions are enough to mute and unmute just for the drums. So let's quickly go through the set. Here we have a kick, and the kick drum is basically one from the samples. Here the same with the snare. The rim shot I kept as usual. Then here again is the sample, as well as up here. And here we have like just a simple hi-hat, and yeah, with that we created a pattern where we have like the kick here. Let's just quickly add those in step by step. Then we have like the snare, it's always in between, then a rim, and then yeah, just like here we have this one that shows this percussion loop that we have from the Moog Labyrinth. And here again it's just like some open hats and the usual like offbeat hi-hats. Alright, so let's quickly look also into like the MPC and what we have prepared here. And basically I have this piano step here, like this lead synth here, some plugs, alarm, and some bells playing. And here I also would have an alternative pad, but it didn't load the plugin. Sometimes when you have too much plugins, it doesn't really load everything because like storage or something is full. But yeah, I think those 5 voices are enough. All right, now we have basically all the things we need for a live performance or like this form of live performance. Here on the analog rhythm, I have like all the drums I can mute and unmute. Here on the MPC, I have like the instruments and those voices, and I can also mute and unmute them. And here on the mixer, I can just like modulate the sounds. And yeah, this is one form of performance. And to be honest, like I tried to perform this or like just see what I'm gonna do like 5-10 minutes ago, and I have no clue what I'm doing like for real. I'm just trying something out. I don't know how well also like those sounds match together, and I'm just gonna start doing this so we get over with this, and we're gonna also see some other features on live performance. So just I think it's best to get started, so let's go. All right, this is that. To be honest, it's not the most perfect like live performance ever. But we're just getting started. And I don't know, like I still need to practice a lot more. But I think we can get there in that way. And we also have some other features like to have smoother transitions and stuff. But for now, it's still a little bit overwhelming. But I think I still can like chop the clip up a little bit and have like 1 or 2 minutes of like sound that's nice, and then cut out not so nice or weird stuff. Because like in the end I just like tried stuff a little bit because I also want to find out like how does like those filters or those effects like affect these sounds. How can I like work with stuff, and I still have some like mental errors where I think I can just like remove one voice, but it removes like all the voices, and sometimes it doesn't sync up so properly and all that stuff. But we will get better along the journey, hopefully. That's all I wanted to cover for this week. Next week we're gonna add on building all that kit. First on the analog rhythm, we're gonna add in some scenes, just to have like, yeah, the feeling of different sections, and yeah, to have some more variation and yeah, excitement throughout the track. Also make sure to check out this week's track of the unofficial summer mixtape. A really nice track is dropping this Saturday at 4:20. And yeah, until then, have a nice week, stay healthy, enjoy the sun, and see you next week. Bye!